Welcome to the Starculus version of Exam Prep for the Algebra 1 end of course exam based on the 2021 released questions. I'm on page 11 of the 2021 released STAAR exam, which includes questions 5 and 6. If we were taking the actual exam, we'd still be in the beginning of the test with some good energy going on and hopeful that we could do as many questions correctly as possible. But as we move on, there will be some questions that might be more challenging, and we might want to skip them and come back to them later. Question 5 is not one of those questions that we want to skip. We want to use a special shortcut. Notice that the test wants us to graph this inequality. 8x plus 16y is greater than 32, but we're not going to. What we are going to do is plug in each ordered pair, which is simply x comma y, into the inequality and see if it's true. A quick note on vocabulary: a solution set is a set of solutions that satisfy an equation or an inequality. So there are many solutions to this inequality, but there are a few of them that we're going to check for this. Let's check answer choice A. We plug in 0 for x and 2 for y, so we get 8 times 0 plus 16 times 2 is greater than 32. And that's a question mark for that greater than sign. We simplify to get 32 is greater than 32. And we ask ourselves, is this true? And it's not. 32 is equal to 32. So answer choice A is out. B, plug in -3 for x and 5 for y. We get 8 times -3 plus 16 times 5 is greater than 32. I'm expecting that to be true because 16 times 5 is fairly large. We get -24 plus 80, because 16 times 5 is 80, is greater than 32. Is that true? Yes. -24 plus 80 is 56, and we could use our calculators for that just in case. So answer choice B is correct. If we checked answer choice C, we would see that the answer results in 8 is greater than 32, which is not true. And if we check part D, we get 32 is greater than 32 again, which is also not true. In summary, just because a question wants you to do something, whether implicitly or explicitly, so in this case it's implicit, they don't say use the graph, but they provide it, or explicitly to tell you to do something a specific way, like question number 1 had us do a square root, and we didn't have to do it the official way or whatever. We can use whatever test strategy that we want to use that makes sense with algebra. Let's check out question 6. What's the equation and slope-intercept form of the line that passes through these points? Slope-intercept form is provided to you on the formula chart or the formula sheet in the beginning of the test. It's in the form of y equals mx plus b, which we looked at in a previous question in this review already. This question wants us to find the slope between the 2 points. And we're going to do that, but just in case you forgot or messed something up, you can simply plug in 39 into all of the answer choices and find out which equation gives you 34. There might be 2 answers, so if there are, you'd plug in -26 and see which one gives you -11. Let's actually calculate the slope between these 2 points the official way, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'll let the second point be x2 comma y2. No big deal. So we have 34 minus -11 divided by the x's, 39 minus -26. They must be in the same order. Notice that 39 corresponds to 34, and -26 corresponds to -11. When we simplify that, the negative signs become positive. So we have 45 divided by 65. And one thing about that fraction is I can tell that 5 is a factor of both of those numbers. So I divide a 5 out of 45 to get 9. You can see the answers have 9s in them. And I divide a 5 out of 65. You could do that in your head or with a calculator or both, and you get 13. So the slope of the line between these 2 points is 9 over 13. Notice that answer choices H and J provide a slope of 9/13 in that form. So mx plus b, the m is the slope, 9 over 13 is the coefficient of x. The next formal or official way to do this question is to use the point-slope form of the equation of a line, which is also provided because we have a slope and a point. We actually have 2 points. But we're not going to do it because we know that 2 of the answers could possibly be correct, and we have a point that we could simply plug into the equation. So let's take that x value of 39, because I want to choose the positive one, it's a little bit easier, and plug it into answer choice H. So what we get is 9/13 times 39 plus 7. Oh shucks, we're dealing with fractions. 9/13 times 39 is the same as 9/13 times 39/1. There are 3 13s in 39, so we end up having a 3 in the numerator along with a 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Add 7 and we get 34, which happens to be the y value in that point. So answer choice H is correct. J is not correct because by doing the same calculation, we would still get that 27 and we would subtract 7 and we would get a 20, which is not the y value. In fact, it's none of the y values in either of the points. So what is the big idea with this question? We must know how to calculate slope. It is such a huge concept in Algebra 1. It's the difference in the y's divided by the difference in the x's. Slope is delta y over delta x. The formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1.